you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Ruddle Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy, aka DFS Dudes, and we're here to present you our NBA morning shoot around for Tuesday, November 27th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. If you haven't came and checked out our website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs, so make sure to come check it out, dfscheatsheet.com. So how you doing out there, Jeremy?
Yo, what's up, dude? Good night of NBA for me. I don't know how it was for you. We haven't caught up yet. Hopefully the cash line was good. That's it, man. I'm good. Hey, just want to make sure everybody knows you got exactly 1 hour and 4 minutes to take advantage of our Cyber Weekend sale. You got that code? I don't have the code with me.
Yeah, the code was sorry, I had it right here actually. The code is Cyber Monday 25.
Cyber Monday 25. So hey, look, you got an hour and 4 minutes. CBM 25. 25% off every membership on the site. New features being added every single day. We're about to launch a super cool feature that we just locked down the deal on today. I can't let the cat out the bag on it yet because we haven't actually inked up the deal, but we did agree to it. We're going to have some super cool stuff on the site. Hey, jump on now while it's hot. This is the best time to do it. 25% off every single membership. The best deal on the site by far is get yourself a luxury box. $59.99 a month is what it costs for VIP, and that gets you access to the cash game lineups for both sites. Monday through Saturday, we take care of NBA. Sunday, we do NFL only. The only way to get that is $59.99 or up with the VIP, 25% off that. But like I said, that luxury box membership, we got what, 6 months of NBA left. You figure 6 times 60 is 360. You're gonna get that NBA luxury box for about 100. What is it? 140 right now, 149 with 25% off. Can't beat it, man. It's the best deal out there. 6 months of access to the site for just over $100, right? So CBM 25.
Yes, sir. So, man, hey, hopefully you guys did well out there tonight. Me personally, man, I'm a little frustrated with how tonight went. Cash line went off 337. We got 5 to 6x off every single player that we played tonight. The line for us, I'm very, very happy and satisfied with how our line did tonight. Hey, there was nothing that we could do that Kevin Durant just absolutely went bonkers. That was really the only reason. Me personally pretty much broke even, had a couple lines just in cash, couple lines just out. Hey, I'll take it and just move on tomorrow. Another day, DFS. So hey, I'm ready to get into it. You ready to go, bro?
Yeah, so the first, let's get into this Knicks game. We love to talk about the Knicks.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we'll get going. We got New York Knicks going into Detroit to face the Pistons. This game has a 221 implied total. Detroit is favored by 7 in this one.
Let me point out first, you're going to notice on this slate that it's a 5-game slate, and typically on these short slates, prices get out of control. The first spot you can look at is Noah Vonleh. He is now $6,700. This is too expensive. He's not a $6,700 player. Fade that all day long. He doesn't have the ability to get you 42 consistently. We saw the dud the other night. The guy was 5,100, 5,200. He was a great value play because he could get 30 pretty easily, and he was exceeding that. I mean, there's not enough upside for me with Vonleh at 6,700 with the Enes Kanter, a Mitchell Robinson, and a Kevin Knox all in the mix. So the only guy that continues to be steady for them is Tim Hardaway Jr. at 7,000. He doesn't have the best game history against them. The guy who has the best game history is Trey Burke, who's averaging right at 48.5 fantasy points per game against the Pistons and has a point per minute total of 1.28 points per minute. So obviously we know with Burke it's been about minutes. And if we're going at 1.28, we can kind of project him to be at 26 minutes. We can kind of project him to be in that 30-point range tomorrow. That's 5x, maybe chalky enough to get you a cash value. Pretty much as a whole, I'm going to fade the Knicks. There's other spots, and I think there's better games. And this is a mess, and the guys' prices are out of control.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then, I mean, on the Detroit side of things, I mean, there's three guys that I like, and that's really where I'm going to keep it. First thing first, Reggie Jackson. I mean, we've played him over the years. Problem with Reggie Jackson, he's just super inconsistent, but he does have some upside. He's actually coming off two really good games in a row where he got 36 fantasy points. I definitely think this is a spot where Reggie Jackson could take advantage of some of those young guards that the Knicks have and have another good game and make it three in a row. 5,800 is a very fair price tag for him. You know, we need about 27, 28 for value. Definitely think he can get us that tomorrow against the Knicks. And then you look at their two stars. You got Blake Griffin, still under 10,000. I mean, we need about 48, 49 for value. I mean, he can do it. We definitely know that. I mean, past couple of games, you know, he hasn't, you know, had the, you know, crazy games. But you know what? I definitely think in this spot against the Knicks, the Knicks are young. They're playing all these young dudes. But I mean, I think Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. I'm sorry, Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond could both have an absolute field day going against these Knicks. Kanter, we know Enes Kanter is a really good offensive player, but he's not much of a defensive player. So I really like Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond going against the Knicks tomorrow.
I never get excited to play this dude Reggie Bullock ever, but I will have exposure to him tomorrow for the simple fact that the guy's playing right about over his last six, he's playing right about 30 and a half minutes. And I look at his game history against the Knicks, and it's not a very small sample size. It's over 5 games. And in that span, he's averaging 0.90 fantasy points per minute and 28.3 fantasy points per game at 5,000. That's a good opportunity. That's a good upside off the board tournament play right there.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I'm ready to move on. Next game we're going to talk about is going to be Atlanta going into Miami. This game we're waiting on some injury news, so we don't have a Vegas line over and under yet. But yeah, go ahead, get us started with that Atlanta side of things.
7,000 for Trae Young. All you have to do is take a look back to the last time they played. 50.7 fantasy points, went bonkers against them. That's really the one guy that I want to target in this game. On the Atlanta side is Trae Young. You can look to play Jeremy Lin. If this game blows out, Jeremy Lin's going to get a ton of run, and that's kind of what you see. You know, Boston blew out, Toronto blew out, and the guy gets a lot of run. He gets a ton of run. You go back to, you know, looking at this Detroit game here, 34.6. So when the games blow out, Lin gets a lot of run. And you usually, if the game blows out, it's because Trae Young is not shooting the ball well, and they just get out of hand. So we obviously know Atlanta's not a very good team. Another guy to take a look at is John Collins. He was 5,000 2 nights ago. He's 6,700 on this slate. There's not enough minutes yet to justify this price. In my opinion, he's a fade for me at 6,700. If you want to play him in tournaments, but, you know, by all means, you could take a chance on him in tournaments, but you're going to need almost 49 fantasy points out of him in 30 minutes. He's not averaging that many points per minute to really justify that, or for him to project out that he's going to have a 50-point fantasy game in this spot. If he was getting 35-plus minutes in a short rotation and, you know, DVP was there, maybe, but the price is too much for me for this slate.
Yeah, man. So on the Miami side of things, I mean, I'm checking it out real quick, and man, everybody's hurt, bro. So right now, we already know that we got Dragic and Tyler Johnson both ruled out already for tomorrow. So, bro, I mean, you already know what to do. The problem is he's 7,900, Josh Richardson, but they're gonna need this guy to play 40 minutes. They have no other guards. He already plays, you know, high 30s or 30s as it is. Man, they're going to need him to handle the ball. He's going to have a crazy high usage tomorrow. I think this guy is a really, really good play going against Atlanta tomorrow. I really like him. I mean, like I said, I don't like the price, but he reminds me of a Drew Holiday. That's pretty much what he is. Drew Holiday's a little bit better. And, you know, Drew Holiday's 8,600. We're paying those price tags because he fills it up. And Josh Richardson can as well. They're going to need him to play a lot. So I really like him tomorrow. Magruder, the thing about him is he was just, you know, almost minimum price. Now he's 4,900 for a guy that's very dependent on three-point shot. He hasn't really been getting there, so he's not somebody I'm going to look at, but he is going to play a ton of minutes. I definitely have some interest in Dwayne Wade. You could possibly see him pick up a couple extra minutes tomorrow as well. I mean, like I said, they have no guards. They're going to need him to play minutes. I mean, look what he just did against Toronto. You know, everybody got hurt. He played 34 minutes, and he got 35 points. I could see this being our situation. Dwayne Wade, if they need him to play, 30 minutes a game for a couple games in a row, I definitely think that he's capable of doing it. He's still in really good shape, and this is his last season, so why not go all out and try to get as much minutes as you can? So I could definitely see Dwayne Wade getting close to 30 minutes tomorrow. If that's the case at 5,500, oh man, I would absolutely love this guy. If I got some news that they said, oh, he's going to join the starting lineup, oh man, I would like him a lot. So I definitely would keep some news on that. But he's looking like a really good play. You can look at Justin Winslow. He handles the ball a little bit as well. They throw him at a little bit of point guard, and he rebounds the ball as well. So I like Justin Winslow. This James Johnson, Olenek situation, I'm not really going to mess with that. And then, I mean, you can look at Whiteside going against Atlanta. But they do have a couple of bigs and Lynn and Deadman that, they're not small dudes, could maybe give them a little bit of trouble, but we always like Whiteside at home. So that's really where I'm at.
I wish you got the good side of this. You got the Miami side. I'm just gonna drop a couple of stats that I've got already in my research on this, right? So first off, you like Dwayne Wade. You got two guys out tomorrow. Let me just drop some about Dwayne Wade on you. So 5-game sample. Dwayne Wade averaging 36.1 fantasy points per game against Atlanta, 1.37 fantasy points per minute. This guy's almost a lock for me tomorrow at 5,500 with everybody they have out. I love Dwayne Wade tomorrow. And Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson averaging 41. So 5-game sample for Richardson, averaging 41.3 and 1.15 fantasy points per minute against Atlanta. Both those guys are, I think, elite plays tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you, man. I'm definitely with you. Yeah, I seen that he played 34 minutes. I'm like, why not? Why not give him a couple starts? You know what I mean? And then if he gets a start against Atlanta, 5,500, oh, he's gonna kill that price tag.
I almost prefer for him to come off the bench, though. You know what I mean? Like he can dominate with that second. He can dominate the ball with that second unit more than he can. Not that he can't dominate it with the first unit, but Josh Richardson and Justice Winslow have been the ball handlers. And Wade kind of, becomes a shooter only in that situation. I like him with that second unit. Just let him dominate the ball.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure. So, all right, let's move on. Next game we got Toronto going into Memphis to face the Grizzlies. This game has a 205.5 implied total, and Toronto's favored by 4.5 in this one. I'm actually surprised that Toronto isn't favored by more, but hey, man, Memphis has been playing very good this season.
One thing that I want to say is this dude, Pascal Siakam, if you're going to pay up for somebody tomorrow who's a little overpriced or whose price has gone up, it's this guy. Just take a look. I mean, in the month of November, they've played 13 games, and 9 times he's gotten 31.3 fantasy points or more. And you can take a look at his player card here and look at how many times he's gotten 40, right? So he's gotten 39.7, 34.8, 32.1. I mean, the month of November, the dude's been on absolute fire. So this guy, to me, is an elite play on this slate in this spot. He's had good success against Memphis in the past. I know you're not big on Memphis, but these dudes are – Marc Gasol and Mike Conley are playing out of their minds in their last 5 games. So these are two guys. I think this game could be very, very interesting. Fred VanVleet, I think, is a good play. He has really good numbers against Memphis in the past. He's gotten a lot of minutes against Memphis, just plays really good against that second unit, averaging 30 fantasy points per game against Memphis in a 6-game sample size. I'm not on Ibaka tomorrow. I don't like the matchup. I think Marc Gasol dominates under the hoop. You could look to play a Kawhi. $10,000, I think, is a very fair price for Kawhi. Problem is that he's not scoring 20 points. I mean, look at the last 5 games. 14.8 is what he's averaging, only 5.2 rebounds. So I'm not really looking to low Kawhi at small forward. I'm really on LeBron tomorrow at small forward is my pay-up guy. So for me, Siakam and VanVleet, I think, make really good plays on this slate.
Yeah, man. Man, I know you like Memphis. I'm not really too on Memphis. Obviously, you got to look at the obvious guys. Thing about it is the reason I think this game is going to be somewhat of a slower paced game, for sure. I mean, both teams are pretty good at defense. I mean, that's the thing about it. Toronto's a really good defensive team. So I mean, start with Mike Conley. Like you said, the guy has been playing well. The price tag is up there, 8,800. So for value, we're gonna need about 44. Definitely think he can get us there. He's like I said. I mean, he's been on fire in the past 4 games. You know, he's got you 46, 33, 52, 46. Definitely think he's a good play. A lot of people like this guy, Kyle Anderson, 6,000. We need 30 for value. For me, I mean, he's not getting 30. I mean, that's the thing and I don't see him getting 30 tomorrow. He's going to be matched up guarding Kawhi Leonard. I can see this being a spot where the guy gets in foul trouble and he just absolutely busts for you. I don't like Kyle Anderson in this spot. And then you go to the well. You got Marc Gasol, 10,000. The price tag is tough. He's going to be going against some tough big men and Valanciunas, Ibaka, Siakam, even they're long. But he's playing well. They need him to play well if they're going to have any chance in this game against Toronto. And the guy's got you 50 in 4 of the past 5, so he's giving you a solid floor if that's what you're looking for. And then you can look at the rookie. I think that the rookie is definitely in play. He definitely has some upside, but he's also been inconsistent as well. I still like the guy. I think that you can look at Jaren Jackson as strictly GPP play, but that's really where I'm at for me. It's just going to mainly be Mike Conley, Jackson, and GPPs only, and then you got Marc Gasol, and I'm not really going to look at anybody else.
Hey, the one thing that I want to say about this is we always talk about Memphis and say this game's going to be a grind down, pace down game. But, I mean, 63.6, 55.1, the 41 is kind of like the off game, and then 55, 59.1. And Mike Conley's not far behind them. So that it's just crazy to me because, it's not like we're wrong in saying that they're pace down, slower games. But these guys are putting up monster numbers for slower pace games. And Marc Gasol is playing insane minutes. I mean, 39, 37, 37, right? So Toronto, to me, that's the one spot you can attack them is if you have a big guy and maybe you can slow it down because they play good defense. I think Gasol is a really good play at 10,000.
Yeah, no, I get you. And like I said, I mean, Vegas expects this game to be close, and if this game's going to be close, then he's going to be one of the main guys playing good for them to stay close. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's get it. Next game. This is the game you're excited for, and you got the good side of things. We got the Los Angeles Lakers going into Denver to face the Nuggets. This game has a 216 implied total, and Denver's favored by 4 in this one.
Yeah, man. So I am excited about this one. In the first place I'm going to stop is LeBron James, man. LeBron James, looking at what he's done in his previous 3 games against Denver, he's averaging 63.6 fantasy points against them, and that's at 1.64 fantasy points per minute. Pop open his player card and look and see, whoa, man, you know what? I just hit our developer that we were off on something, and he's updating it as we speak. So bad timing with that right there. But you can see he's playing 34.6 minutes per game and averaging 30 points. We talked about it, when they were on the slate the last slate we broke down with them on it, that LeBron has now started to take over and his usage has gone up a ton. Another guy, you look at Lonzo Ball, and Lonzo Ball hasn't been real solid. I don't like his price at 6,700. He's priced up for the slate. But, I mean, he's got a 6-game sample size, and he's averaging 41.7 fantasy points per game against Denver. I have not liked to take players against Denver. I just haven't, and that's because they're top 5 defensive efficiency. They've slowed the game down, and as a whole, as a team, their team has suffered from a fantasy standpoint. But we do have a sample size to look at. It's small, and that's this season with this new way Denver plays, and they did play the Lakers already, and the game was out of control with the amount of points that were scored in it. So I love the Lakers. I have no problem. LeBron James right now as we sit, and obviously it's the night before. We don't know all the news and information yet, is my favorite play tomorrow. I'll lock this guy in almost 100% of my lineups tomorrow. I just think he's going to have a huge game. He's been playing at a very high level. The guy hates losing. That's the one thing that I love about LeBron James. I don't like a lot about the guy, but I do love the fact that he can't stand to lose. He just doesn't like to lose. So I'm going to stack him up. I'll put him very high exposure. You could also take a look at Kyle Kuzma, 5,700. I think he's underpriced just for what he's done. He's getting almost 28 minutes, and this is a good matchup for him. Kuzma's had some really good games against Denver, averaging 31 fantasy points the last 5 times that they've played Denver. So those are 3 guys for me. If you want to take a dive on somebody deep, you could take a look at Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. His minutes are up. He's playing at least 27 minutes in 4 of his last 5 games. So that's a guy you could take a look at as well. And that's really it for me on the Lakers side.
Yeah, man. So on the Denver side of things, it's a little bit interesting. One thing I do want to note, every night I keep saying over and over, Jamal Murray, he's overpriced, good matchup, good everything, but overpriced. And the guy, this dude he's taking care of business for sure. If you look at the past 4 games, he's got you 37, 32, 33, 40. Now he gets a matchup with the Lakers, who are one of the most up-tempo teams in the league. We know very well they just run back and forth, up and down, track meet. I think this is a great game going against Alonzo Ball for Jamal Murray, and I actually really, really like him tomorrow. I'm going to start giving him a little bit more respect. I still don't really like the 73 price tag. Wish it was more like 6,500, but hey, I think it's doable. I do like him a lot. The thing I do want to mention is Gary Harris. He was out last game. I think that he's going to be out again tomorrow. If he is out, we're going to get some really good plays. First guy, Monte Morris. I think the guy will be a lock. 4,500. He's going to come off the bench, but he's going to get a ton of minutes. The coaches have showed that they really like giving this guy minutes. I'm going to take that back. I'm not going to say absolute lock, but I think he's close. The reason why I say not 100% because I also like Malik Beasley, 3,500. You can get this guy at minimum price. This guy's shown in the past when he gets minutes, he can put some points. 3,500 price tag. All they're hoping for is 21, 22, get you 6x. And if you bust, then he could be your punt play of the day. It's not a big deal. So I definitely think that you got to pay attention to the Gary Harris news. It'll open up some value. And then you go look at Paul Millsap, the guy 6,400, still very, very fair price tag. Up-tempo game against the Lakers. Definitely think he can have a solid game here. And then Jokic. Jokic is not a guy I'm playing. Nothing against him, but his price tag just continues to be high, and he continues to just bust. When he comes down to 7,500, 8,000, if he does, then I'll think about playing him. But right now, I'm just not going to play him, even at a 9,000 price tag. I'm just not really looking at it. And the Lakers, we got 2 pretty good big men as well, and JaVale McGee and Chandler. They both go in there and bang. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree, man. Jokic has not played well against the Lakers either. Taking a look at his recent game history, he hasn't hit value in each of the last 4 times they've played. So, no, I'm not on him. But the guy that you like, who'd you mention that you like? Monte Morris? Let's mention the last time they played, Gary Harris was in the lineup, and Monte Morris came off the bench and had 43.1 fantasy points. So it's a good matchup for him.
I like him. I think he's a guy that definitely gives you some upside. And then that's why I just mentioned the guy Malik Beasley as well, because he'll get a couple of minutes if you're looking for a punt play. But I really do like Monte Morris.
One other thing, the guy's not popular. A lot of people, I don't know if it's because it's recency bias, and he was popular in some spots last year and then busted. But Yancho Hernan-Gomez, he's played 30-plus minutes in 8 straight games. Yeah. So the guys he's in the rotation.
Yeah, no, I like him. I definitely like him. His price tag just went up on me a little bit. That's the only thing that was kind of like good. But yeah, no, I definitely think he's in play. 5,500 for him to hit value, we need about 27. And he definitely has the upside to get there. The minutes are there. I just don't like the consistency. Is kind of why I was like about him. But hey, let's move on to this last game. Last game we're going to talk about is going to be Indiana going into Phoenix to face the Suns. This game we're still waiting on some injury news, Oladipo, etc.
Oladipo's out.
Oh, is he out? Okay. Yeah, probably. I think who else was hurt? Miles Turner?
Miles Turner is – no, the only guy that they've listed as out is Oladipo. Everybody else is in as of now.
Okay, for sure. All right. Yeah, so then, hey, I don't know why I don't got a line on this yet then. So get us started.
We don't have a line because it's a late game. Just it's early still. But so taking a look around at this, right, and doing some research, Tyreek Evans actually has played. He's had monster games. I know he hasn't done much starting for Oladipo, and there's a pretty good sample size, like about 5 games recently that he started without Oladipo. But against Phoenix, the guy has a 4-game sample size against Phoenix, averaging 41 fantasy points and 1.27 fantasy points per minute at 5,300. He hasn't done anything spectacular. I think he's a really good pivot and tournament play. I think that Hernan Gomez will be somewhat popular because that's going to be a popular game, the Laker-Denver game. And at 5,300, you get him $200 cheaper. He's a nice pivot, tournament pivot right off of Hernan Gomez at small forward 2. Sabonis, I don't like this price tag. I think that he could definitely get you 6x in this spot, but it's a little bit of a push. Just because, look, they've got good bigs. They've got DeAndre Ayton. They've got, Holmes comes off the bench. Josh Jackson, if he stays out of foul trouble, he can rebound. TJ Warren's a big guy. So I don't know how much I like Sabonis in this spot. Really, for me, Tyreek Evans is the one guy I'm really looking at. Darren Collison comes. We talked trash about him last night, and what's he come out today? He has 15 points in like the first 4 minutes of that game. I think he ended up with 40 overall tonight. So you could take a look at Collison. They're on a back-to-back. This could be a spot to play Aaron Holiday. I don't like the fact that he's been priced up to 4,800 and is dead even with Collison. So it's almost like if you're going to play Aaron Holiday or Collison lineup, you have to make one more duplicate and just sub them out for each other. Outside of that, man, that's all I'm really looking to do. I really like Tyreek Evans, small forward 2, pivot play off of Hernan Gomez at small forward 2.
Yeah, and then on the Phoenix side of things, I'm just gonna start with the man himself, bro. I ain't gonna waste nobody's time at all. You got the boy Devin Booker. The guy's an absolute beast. He has the ultimate green light. 8,500 still a very fair price tag for this dude. He does a little bit of everything, and the guy gives you a really solid floor. I really like this guy. I think he's a solid play tomorrow. I'm going against Indiana with no Oladipo. And they even have this dude playing a little bit of point guard as well. So if you couldn't have enough usage already, there's even a little bit more usage. And then you go to his running mate, TJ Warren. We've seen it since last year. This dude's good, man. This dude's very, very good. Had an off game against Detroit. So I definitely expect this dude to bounce back. As you can see before this game, look at the consistency. 32, 28, 32, 32, 40, 33, 39, boom, boom. You get the point, man. The guy's very consistent. 6,800 is still a very, very doable price tag for me tomorrow. I think he's like an excellent play. Throwing some cash games, I think he's a good play. And then the only other guy I'm really going to look at is the young rookie DeAndre Ayton. The guy definitely had his ups and downs, but he has been consistent for the most part, and he's getting his minutes, playing well. I like him going against Miles Turner. Miles Turner, not a guy that really scares me defensively. Definitely think Ayton's a great play. So for me, it's just really Booker, Warren, and Ayton. That's all I'm looking at on the Phoenix side of things, but I think they're all really good plays.
Yeah, hey, one more guy I want to mention, dude, that I think is a great tournament play tomorrow just because there's some narrative there, and the guys have been getting minutes. You take a look at his game log, look at his last 5, 30, 28, 25, 21, 26, 3,800. God is starting the league with the Knicks. I like Langston Galloway as a deep tournament play tomorrow as a drop spot on this slate. Love him. There's a narrative there. The whole thing is there. So just want to make I forgot that when we were talking about Detroit. I want to make sure I followed up with that.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I think that's all I got for you guys. I think that's all Jeremy has for you guys as well. Hey, if you haven't already, man, like I said, come check out the website here at dfscheatsheet.com. We got everything that you need, man. We got, a ton of content, full optimizer, daily, Fanduel and DraftKings lineups. Hey, definitely, we got, about 35 minutes till our Cyber Monday sale ends. So jump on the money team, take advantage now, man. And tomorrow I'll be back with my NBA core plays. Go check out Jeremy on the DFS Cheat Sheet YouTube channel as well. He does GPP core plays every day for NBA. Check that out. Thank you guys very much. Good luck on your contest.